his eye. Nuts and bolts in the late night sky. Tinker's paradise built in the shed. Grease Monkey keeps the gears in his head.
Hey guys, Grease Monkey 34 here, come to you another video. So today we have an issue in my Ford F250, my 96. My front drive shaft went, as you can see, and it went pretty good. So it like busted that lobe off, it busted out. The U-joint, I think the U-joint was the issue, it just ripped it right out. So we got a diameter. We got like, these lobes are pretty messed up. And this drive shaft is dented on this side really bad, and it curving inward a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but this whole like piece in here, it bent down a little bit. And it bent somewhere, it got another ding up in here. So right up in here, I'm thinking I couldn't find another drive shaft, and I want to keep this end. It is still a good end. Good splines in there and everything. But I did pick up two new U-joints to put in it. Them cheap boys. So we're gonna put a new one in this end, and we're gonna put a new one on this end once I figure it out. But I do have this spare drive shaft. I do have a Ford F250 as well, but I don't think it from exactly the same year because it's way shorter. But the same diameter tube, same U-joint in it. So we're going. I think what we're going to do is do a choppy chop. So what I think I'm going to measure about 16 inches down here. Chop it, the same with this side, and chop it, and then splice them together with some sleeves and that stuff. It'll be as strong as it was, or maybe even stronger, because I'm going to be making it stronger than what it was. And yeah, but yeah, from ripping this out, it must have took a beating, alright. So my main drive shaft here is 43 inches from the tip, from this tip to the tip of the other lobe on this one. And this is fully out. So 43 inches. So we're going to keep it like that. We're going to write it down somewhere and get it the same exact position. And one other thing you got to pay attention when you cut drive shafts, and if you want to make them longer or shorter, whatever, is these lobes here. This lobe and this lobe, they have to be facing up in the same direction. They have to be in the same direction. You can't have like this lobe over here or anything, because you get binding issues really bad. I learned that in the past, splicing drive shafts. So, yeah. So to get to it, we're gonna mark it wherever it's not dented or it started to get unlevel. And I'm gonna check this whole thing, make sure it's level. Wherever it's not, I'm gonna cut it and then cut the other one as well. It's the same. So I'm going to be using a chop saw to cut it. I measured it, and at 18 inches where the nice straight piece is, so I'm cutting it at 18 inches. So I'm using the chop saw because it'll cut a nice straight cut straight down, so you don't have to worry about that. So now that over with, just a little choppy chop, and that's all it is. So now we got a piece of drive shaft, and that can be extended or de-extended or repaired. So we're going to clean up this end and see what we can do. Okay guys, I just chopped this one on the end, but I'm not 18 inches up. I chopped it about 2 feet, so there's still like extra. Because I had to wonder, measuring tape didn't measure it, but the fuel gauge definitely did. There's a couple thousandths off. This one's just a little tiny bit smaller, but the luck is it fits inside this one so tight. So that's a good thing. This one it just slide in, and then we just weld it. And I'm gonna drill some holes and do some plug welds as well. Just for strength, but you don't need to. But the luck in that is pretty lucky. That'll make it better than doing a sleeve, because you don't need a sleeve. this is like the sleeve to fit inside this one. So yeah, what the luck in that. Okay guys, got the drive shaft in, slid in pretty easy. I had to hammer it in a little bit, but what can you do? But I wanted a nice tight fit, so now it's in there. Just gonna give it a weld around and then fill a couple holes I drilled into it earlier with a 1/2 inch drill bit. So like a. Okay guys, got her welded up. I'm no professional welder, but it'll do fine. I did 8. There's 8 plug welds, and I fully welded this. I did 2 passes to make sure I get good penetration. So yeah, gotta knock off the slag and then yeah, I'm gonna give it a little grind, just with the grind to make it look pretty somewhat. The best way I found to remove these stupid little clips are just put the pliers on them, squeeze them together so it pops out, and then take the screwdriver and just give it a little pry while you got the pliers holding it open. Give it a little pry in the gap and it'll pop right out. Make sure it doesn't get you in the eye. And the best way to get the U-joint out is get your good old sledgehammer, and on these U-joints here, give it a good like pound like this way and then this way. Work it back and forth to get those little the pins out. So I give it a couple of this, give it a couple of this. See how it's starting to break up in there? I don't know if you can see. To keep doing it until you do. Maybe you get some heat, get some WD-40 in there. See how it's just coming out? Keep giving a hammer until this pin out and then this one comes out. Well, just took it out. I thought I could reuse this U-joint in the truck. Thank God I didn't, because look at those needle bearings. They are shot. Yeah, the U-joint is still good, but those needle bearings are the thing to go. This U-joint is the cheap one too. It looked like it could have a grease nipple, but it don't have the threads. So that's why I always try to get a grease nipple on your U-joints so you can grease them. Or you end up like that when you go in some water or not. Okay guys, before you install your new U-joint, just clean it up a little bit. I took the wheel on the drill, cleaned it up a little bit, and then I took the Dremel with a sander wheel on it to get in these places just a little tiny bit, just to get the rust off. And I took a small little screwdriver to get in that groove right in there to scrape any rust or dirt out of it. Just make it easier for the new U-joint to go in. Okay, kind of hard to do with one hand, but get your new U-joint, take off the 2 ends. The ones that got the 2 lines on them. Yours might not, yours might not. It depends on what type of U-joints you get. So, you want to go in here, down, and then into there. And let it rest on there, and then put your end caps on. And you gotta press them on or hammer them on just gently. Just gently. Okay guys, got it somewhat in. These U-joints are for 2 different models, so I can put them on those clips. Brand new clips. They look like these ones. You can put them on the outside or on the inside edge because they got that groove. But some U-joints don't have that groove, so you can only put them on this side. So, yeah, be aware of that. Okay guys, I put the grease nipple in, I pumped some grease into it. You can put some more in after you bolt it up to the rig, then these won't pop off. I got a zip tie on there holding it. Well, you can use tape too. I had whatever laying around. And these are the other clips I was talking about. You can put them on the inside of, if you got a different, this is the yoke, but I don't remember what this is called. These the ears. But there's a groove right there on them. They're for a different model. But yeah. So that's this side already. I'm gonna switch off to take that side out and replace it with a new one too. Okay, guys, got both U-joints in, the new ones. Decided to put a coat of spray paint on it just for looks mostly. And there, mostly all done. So I'm gonna take it outside and install it on the truck. And one more thing, to install those little grease nipples in a 5/16 deep socket with a small ratchet, and that'll put those right in. Now to install this back on the truck, get your handy dandy toolkit out, and we gotta take this skid plate off over the transfer case. This boy here, there are only 2 bolts on each side. The nuts are already on there, so you don't have to worry about those. But you have to take that off to get to the drive shaft, or to put it back on. So, because it's too much of a hassle getting it in there. So I'd do that. Okay guys, when you get the old one out, the bolts off, they are just 1/2-inch bolts, or 1/2-inch nuts, and then they go in these pins. So when you take that off, the old U-joint is still stuck in there. It'll come out no problem. Just like that. Look at it, it's shredded on the one end. So now we can get our new drive shaft and put that in here. It just slides up in there and it connects onto the differential on the front. So let's do it. Okay guys, got it bolted up. So that's all bolted up. See, we're down in here. I'm gonna put some more grease in it, in those grease nipples. So yeah, but yeah, I did looking at it here, spinning it by hand. I'll kind of keep the camera still. Come on, focus. Focus. Yeah, it's pretty straight. So I got it right on. So yeah, I think it's time to go take it for a ride after I put some grease on those. And I gotta put the skid plate back on. And I will do something down here. I don't know if you know about it, but I want to put a drive shaft hoop over this drive shaft. I might bolt it in and just weld it in for now, just to keep it, if it breaks up in here again, I don't want it to hit the shifter mechanism right here, because it did it once already and it hit the shifter, and I going down the highway and it put it in park. I don't know how it did it, but it put this shifter in park. And yeah, it's pretty scary, so let's not do that again. So I'm gonna just put a simple hoop over pretty quick. Okay guys, just finished installing it. Took a piece of nice brand new rebar with a coating on it, grinded it down, cut it ends. So, and I welded it in on the beam here. I measured it so you can still get a drive shaft through it if you need to pull the drive shaft out. Plus, if it becomes a bar, you can cut it off if you got to replace the transmission or something. But yeah, it's definitely solid in there. You could probably use it for a toe point. I got more room on the top because the drive shaft will go up and down a lot, so yeah. But that should secure it if it does let go again. Shouldn't hit anything else. Yeah. So now let's put the pan back on and see if the thing can drive out of here. Okay guys, in some deep powder now. see if we can get up the hill. Yeah, I got up the hill. There's some deep snow out there. Well guys, hoping you guys enjoyed the video. Drive shaft are definitely holding up now. It doesn't look like anything major. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the small little video, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.